Okay, what's going on everyone? Doc here, and today I want to introduce you all to ChampMD. ChampMD is a new Discord bot that I've created. The goal of it is to provide you guys with a ton of information about Champion's abilities and utilities, and a little bit about countering nodes as well. That might sound familiar to some of you. Those two spreadsheets that I created a long time ago, they're in here. It basically takes those two spreadsheets that I've shown off quite a few times in videos, and I'll show them off at the end of the video as well. And it basically makes them really, really easy to view and really easy to sort through as well. Instead of sorting the sheet yourself, you tell ChampMD what you're looking for, and it will tell you every champion that fills that role. So, for those of you who don't know, Discord bots are kind of similar to line bots, where you basically tell them something and they're going to return based on the command that you give them. So Discord, for those of you who don't know Discord as well, it's a free chatting app available on the Apple and Android store and also on PC. That's where I'm using it right now. If you don't know how to set up Discord, I highly recommend, if you don't already have one, I highly recommend getting one. It's really easy to set up. If you don't know, let me know in the comments and I can find a tutorial for you, or I can make a short one for you. It's great. There's lots of MCOC servers on here as well. My Alliance is on here. I'm not sure. I don't think we're the only alliance still on here, but it's great. So today I kind of want to show you guys how to use ChampMD. And yeah, so ChampMD is going to be available in my Discord server. So that's where I'm at right now. You can see it's got a general chat where you'll be greeted by Maui dancing, I guess. And then the informational channel lists the commands that you can do. So you can also just get these commands yourself in the bot. So you can see that ChampMD, it right under his name, says listening to and help for info. So I'm going to type that in to start, and help. And this will basically give you information on what kind of commands are available, just like Infobot and Concierge, and just like the Collector. The Collector is a really big Discord bot as well, which is phenomenal. So you can see there's a couple more help commands as well, but I'll show this at the end, and help more and help complete. So more just has kind of other, one helpful command there and a couple other non-helpful ones for most people, and help complete also shows the information about the node command. So I'm going to show off basically how to use these commands and kind of how everything works, and then hopefully you guys will be able to figure it out pretty easily now. After this tutorial. So I'll start off with the and immunity command. So all the commands start with this ampersand. That's the trigger. If you don't have the ampersand, then it won't say anything. I can just type in help. It's not going to do anything, but as soon as I put in that ampersand, then it's going to send that. So it always starts with the ampersand, otherwise the bot's not going to respond. I'm going to search for an immunity here, and I'll just start off with immunity bleed. So this returns every single champion who either is completely immune to bleed, or ones that have those resistance and shrugs. So this is color-coded to make it nice and easy to read. So you can see this resist sticks out right under beast. One thing to note though, this color coding does not show up on mobile. It will show as completely gray text on Discord mobile. I know quite a few of my Alliance members use Discord mobile. It's still pretty easy to read because you have this plus as the separator. That's what's giving it the color on desktop, but for most people it will just show up as gray. That's totally fine though. It's still easy to read, and the color doesn't need to be there. It's not even there for every command. If I want to search for someone who is immune to two different things, let's say poison and incinerate, like that new Alliance War node needs you to be, it'll show up champions who are immune to poison and incinerate are Black Widow Clairvoyant, Emma Frost, Iceman, and Mephisto. Mephisto is technically he takes 0 damage from Incinerate, but he's basically Incinerate immune because he's immune to he doesn't take any damage from both the effects. Ghost never shows up in these double immune categories. That's because she is basically just shrugging the debuff. She won't shrug the effect. And one thing to note is, just like the spreadsheet before, it has nothing to do with synergies. These are all champions at their base. So basically consider them solo. No synergies is the big thing. You can consider them awakened, of course. But Ghost is not immune to a passive bleed at all. She'll still take damage from it, so that's why she's not considered. She's not immune to passive poisons or incinerates. She'll work for that node, but it's just kind of like an edge case that might get worked out in version 2 of the spot. That's fine. So go for help again to kind of see. So you have immunity, DOT, which is damage over time, debuff, buff, utility, and complete search. So each of them has their separate arguments. So immunity, you can see is bleed, poison, incinerate, cold snap, shock, immune, and you can also search for other immune. This will show stuff like armor shatter immunity, stagger immunity. It'll basically show up as a full list. One thing to note though, for any categories that have other, which is just immunity, DOT, and debuff, you can only search other as a single argument. You can't search for, say, I want to find someone who deals bleed damage and other. It's not going to work. If I do, it'll give you an error message here, bleed and other. Or other can't be searched with additional arguments, so I'd have to do a separate search for just other. Other returns a lot of degenerations, but other is basically stuff like neurotoxin doesn't need its own category. You don't need to search and DOT neurotoxin. That's a waste of everyone's time because only Archangel is ever going to show up there. But it's still a damaging effect, so it's there in DOT. So passives do show up in the damaging effects as well, just a heads up. Stuff like degeneration is sometimes passive, and some of them have active. I think Mordo, here we go, has active degeneration. So let's do one for a buff. Let's see who has True Strike and Precision. That's just Heimdall and Venom there. But that's basically the idea behind this. A couple other single commands do have those edge cases that show up, like True Strike has a bunch of champions that show up for True Accuracy, because functionally, most of the time, if you're looking for True Strike, you're probably trying to counter evade or auto block. True Accuracy works the same way. They won't show up in double immune. So if you need someone with just True Strike, just search for just True Strike, because then you'll find out someone like Mole Man has True Accuracy, even though he doesn't have True Strike, and he's going to be a better option because his True Accuracy is more active than Venom, for example. Last thing I want to show is the complete search. So before I show that, I just want to show what it says in the help command about it. So the complete search takes any arguments from previous commands excluding other, and it'll basically search between the categories. So you can find someone who is unstoppable and also regens, someone who has fury and also deals incinerate damage. The complete search can also just search as if it were buff. You can search for regen and fury as well. So one thing to note, it can't search for other at all. Even if it's only a single command, it can't search for any of the others. And also the complete search, if you're searching for an immunity, it's just bleed. If you're searching for DOT, it's cause bleed. And it also has functionality as its own kind of separate thing to search for damage type as one of the arguments. So physical, energy, or both. So we'll do complete search. I want to find someone who deals incinerate damage and also does energy. So complete search, incinerate, energy. There's no header here, but Black Widow, Clairvoyant, and Human Torch fit those categories. He also has both, so champions who deal both energy and physical damage. So Black Widow, Deadly Origin, Diablo, Doom, a bunch of them have a mix. Surprisingly enough, there are not a lot of champions who have all energy attacks. There's only 9 where there's 10 who have both. Just kind of weird things that I found out while making this bot and kind of going through the spreadsheet. Okay, so next I want to show Help More, because Help More has one other command that's a big one. It has stuff like the About command, which I'm not going to show you guys. The Request Spreadsheets will basically give you a link to the Google spreadsheet if you want to check it out for anything. If you think that I have something wrong, absolutely let me know. But the and champ. So you need to put in the champ name capitalized as they appear on the sheet and how they are printed at the bot. So I'll show off Venom the Duck, because that's kind of a weird one here. So it will get Venom the Duck, you just need to have it capitalized. Everything else is always lowercase and it's all single word. Armor Up is a single word if you're searching for it. But if you're doing the champ command, it's not. So Venom the Duck, you can see it lists all 36 of his categories, say basically no, yes, or other, that kind of stuff. So basically what you would do is you would basically do your double search through complete search, immunity, whatever, and then you can search that champion to make sure they perfectly fill your need. I want to extend this command a little bit more than the kind of super basic that it is right now, but that's kind of for version 2 stuff. So last thing I want to show, if you do the help complete, it sends stuff out of order. That's a JavaScript error, and that's kind of why I have it separate, because you can see it sends this node command first and the other 2 helps after. So node basically gives you this, it's just and node, and then it lists all of these possible nodes. So let's go with polka.power power here. I can just copy it over. See that the 2 help commands are listed underneath node. So and node polka.power power, and it'll give you the information for it. It tells you what it does. The attacker gains no power from landing or receiving attacks. Instead, they're granted 12% of bar power per second, while the defender is suffering from a damaging debuff. Gives you a couple options. Champions who do a lot of damaging debuffs on basic hits most of the time, because you can't get damaging debuffs from specials, obviously, because you can't gain any power. You want DOT damagers, and it kind of gives you the idea behind countering the node as well. This one is it's helpful for experienced players. With this, it's just a really fast node lookup information, and then for newer players as well, it kind of gives you the information behind countering it if you're not quite sure. So that's pretty much ChampMD. I've kind of shown off all the commands that I wanted to. So it'll be available in my Discord server. Link to this will be in the description. Come check it out. If you don't have a Discord setup, you can set one up really easy. You just need an email and a password, I think, and you can just join in. The bot will be available in the bot commands channel. So you'll start off in general. You can get to the bot commands channel really easily. On mobile, you're going to want to swipe to the left. Once you're in the server, you swipe to the left and it'll show off the different channels. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. The bot should be up 24/7. I'm running it off of a Raspberry Pi. So for those of you who don't know, Raspberry Pi is basically a miniature computer. And basically the goal is, like I said, to have it running 24/7. If it's half as reliable as the Kabam service, though, I'll consider it a success. It's a pretty low bar to set, though. I'll, of course, be around on the Discord most of the time, so don't hesitate to tag me about any issues with the bot, either with commands or with the bot going down. Also, please tag me with feedback, good and bad, about if you're enjoying the bot and what I can do to improve it. I'll be updating it at least once a month on the champion command level, adding the new champions from that month, and I'll be doing ironing out any code bugs that pop up as soon as I can, and I'll also be updating the node spreadsheet eventually. So like I said, it's up now. It was up last night as a test. Huge shout out to my alliance, Untainted TP1, for helping me test the bot. They've been using it for a couple days now. So thanks to my alliance leader, Rick, for letting me add the bot to our alliance server. Also thanks to other members of the of the community, like the CCP members who gave feedback, and also thanks to DNA 3000 for suggesting the name ChampMD. Originally it was just DocBot, but ChampMD obviously sounds way better than that. So finally, to kind of wrap up here, I hope you guys find this bot helpful. I'm impressed that even today, months and months after making the countering nodes spreadsheet and the video, that people are still on there. Like I checked last night, people are still on there. I checked again this morning. Different people are still on there. So that spreadsheet is still getting some great use, and I'm so happy to see that. And I hope this makes it even easier to access that information. So that's kind of the goal of the bot. Just make that information as accessible as possible, especially that champion information, which I admit was really difficult to read in the original spreadsheet. The Discord bot is way easier. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoy the bot. Again, link to the Discord where the bot will be available is in the description. If you don't have a Discord set up, it might just prompt you to set one up. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy ChampMD.